So today I'm just gonna do my weekly pull comic video and show you guys the new releases that I picked up from both DC as well as Marvel. And yeah, we'll just flip through them and show you guys what just came out. So let's do it different this time. I usually pick DC or Marvel and go one at a time, but how about we just leave them like this and go back and forth? So, on the right here, we've got Star-Lord, issue number 3. This has been a really good series. I've been really enjoying all of the Guardians related comics from the all new, all different lineup. So, hopefully this keeps pace. And on the left side, we've got Batman, issue number 48. And this started with the New 52. And what in my mind is one of the best Batman story arcs ever in Court of Owls, which is, I think, like issue 1 to about 12, maybe a little bit longer than that. I can't quite remember. I'm on issue, I think, 32 of this right now. So I'm a little ways behind. But that's a really great cover. I'm a big fan of Snyder and Capullo as a team. If you guys are looking to get back into Batman, that's a good one to pick up in trade form and give a read. So on the right here, we've got New Avengers, number 5. I'm not a big Avengers guy, but I also think that this particular comic isn't really for me. I don't think it'll last very long. It just seems like it's missing a lot. And back on this side here, we've got Injustice, Gods Among Us, Year 5, and this is issue number 2. I missed out on issue number 1, so that will come in probably next week, along with the other few issues I missed from last week. For anyone who doesn't know, Injustice is a comic series that was spawned off of a video game, a side-scrolling fighter called Injustice, with the same title, obviously. But the story was so good that it actually spawned its own line of comics. On the right here, we've got Uncanny Inhumans, number 4. I'm a few issues behind on that, so I don't have a lot to say about that one. Keep going with Deadpool here. Got Deadpool issue number 6. And this is introducing Deadpool 2099. I'm a big fan of Spider-Man 2099. So we'll see how this reads, how it comes off. Let's do one more from the Marvel side here because it's a bigger stack. We've got Hellcat, which is Patsy Walker. And I haven't even started this series, so unfortunately, again, not a lot to comment on from me there. We've got Batman and Robin Eternal, issue 16. This has been one of my favorite ongoing comics right now. Just the combination of art and great writing, including the storyline, is just everything perfect for me. So that's another one I highly recommend getting into if you're new to comics, or even just if you're a back issue reader and you want to try something new. That's a great one to read. So on this side here, we've got Uncanny X-Men #2. And that's a pretty wicked cover. I'll have a short flip through this. I've been a big fan of a lot of the art styles in the all new, all different titles. Bit of a change of pace for Marvel, but not too far. This is another comic written by Colin Bunn. He's writing a lot right now. Including Drax. But, so here on the DC side, we've got Robin, son of Batman, which follows Damian Wayne, the son of Batman. So I'm a huge fan of all sidekicks, so I just find the stories very relatable most times. They seem a little bit more like real people, I think. So on the Marvel stack here, we've got Drax, which is co-written by CM Punk and Cullen Bunn. CM Punk, of course, being of WWE fame and currently training for his first UFC fight, which is slated to be sometime in, I think, June, for anyone who's interested. Do one more on the Marvel side. We've got issue #3 of Miss Marvel. I think I've only read issue #1 of this, but I know my girlfriend's been reading that, and she's really enjoyed it. On the DC side of things, we have Harley Quinn, issue #24. I haven't been collecting this continuously. I have, I think, #1 to 4, and I just liked this. I flipped through a couple pages, and it caught my eye, so I figured I would pick it up and give it a read. Back on Marvel here, we've got Ant-Man, the Astonishing Ant-Man, issue 4. This has been a fun read, purely fun. It doesn't delve too hard into the normal superhero drama. It retains a lot of humor, I find, and I really enjoy that, especially in reading. If you can read something that makes you laugh, then it's a quality title. Unless you're laughing at how bad it is, which in that case, I guess laugh on. Star Wars issue 15. This is written by Jason Aaron, who has done a marvelous job with this. I've loved the Star Wars series all the way through. I'm currently on issue 12, so I'm a few behind this. But this looks like Obi-Wan with a blaster on his back, riding a speeder through some sort of canyon on a desert planet. So you can only imagine where that might be and what that might be. Very exciting. So, what we got here? So on the DC pile, we've got Poison Ivy, issue number 1. And this is a 6-issue miniseries. It's titled Poison Ivy, A Cycle of Life and Death. Maybe I'll do a reading of this. I really love Poison Ivy. I was a kid when Uma Thurman played Poison Ivy, and that was like my child crush. So even though the movie is god-awful, but yeah, so since then I've always had an affinity for Poison Ivy. Her stories are usually a little more, I wouldn't say twisted, but maybe dramatic. And on the Marvel side again, we've got Starbrand and Night Mask, which is their 2 new heroes. I haven't read number 1 on this. Maybe I'll do a like a first read type thing with you guys through a video, and then give my reactions afterwards. You guys let me know down below if that is something you would like to see. Go one more on the Marvel side here. We've got Hercules, issue number 3, and I've only read issue number 1, so I am an issue behind, which I am honestly behind on most comics. I purposely leave it that way because I prefer to have the reading material whenever I want it versus constantly waiting for the next one to come out. I'm very rarely chomping at the bit for anything right now. I chomped at the bit pretty hard for The Dark Knight 3, written by Frank Miller, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman, the crossover. Anyways, Hercules has been really good. The first issue was kind of comedic, which I honestly wasn't really expecting at all. Yeah, anyways, I'm loving the colors that they've been using for all their art and covers. So on the DC pile, the second to last one is Sinestro, issue number 19. And I'm not collecting this one either, but I just flipped through the first couple pages and noticed that a bunch of DC heroes have yellow lantern rings. So I'm very excited to see where that leads. I know that's happened a couple times before, but I haven't read that stuff. And yet another thing written by Cullen Bunn. He's a busy guy right now. just grab it and give it a read. Plus, I have a couple of friends that they read Sinestro and quite enjoy it. So then we've got Silver Surfer, issue number 1, and this is written by Dan Slott with art by the Aldrids, or Allreds. I always call them the Aldrids. I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of their art style, but I give everything a shot. Everything gets a fair chance. So I picked it up and I'll give it a read. And worst comes to worst, I'll just stop at number 2 or 3. One issue can be a little hard to make a judgment off of. Usually it takes 2 or 3 issues for me to make a well-founded decision. And the last one on the DC side is Titan Hunt number 4, which has been a really good read. Due to a shipping error at the comic book store last week, they missed out on the second issue of the Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover, as well as the third issue of this one. So unfortunately I am behind on this, and this is one of the few issues or runs that I've been keeping up with on the regular. So I'm kind of sad about that, but I will 100% be doing a video on Titan Hunt at some point. When that'll happen, I'm not quite sure. And lastly, we have the new Captain Marvel, which is a little different, both in art and in writing. I didn't actually read it yet, but I just flipped through it, and it comes off very different. We will just have a quick flip through here. So, here it is, Captain Marvel number 1. You can see it's very vibrant art. It's very crisp, but almost messy in a way. It's very contrasting. I actually quite love it, but it's very, very different. Sorry about that loud cracking noise there. I have a bad angle. I'm very excited for a Captain Marvel movie, and very intrigued at who they might cast for that. I saw some fan art of Ronda Rousey done up like her. I don't want Ronda Rousey to play that role, but the fan art did look really, really cool. So, anyways, guys, that's it for new releases for me this week. I think I might have been missing 1 or 2 again, and I'm sorry for that, but I will make up for it on either the next video or the one following. Thank you guys for coming back and watching my videos, and for anybody new, thank you very, very much for watching my video. If you have anything you'd like to suggest, please do so in the comments or in a message, and if you liked what you saw,